All right, let's get this started. Hi, I'm Gregor. I'm the maintainer of OctoKit, among other things. And today I'll be talking about the help desk repository, which is the backend for my little show here. And as one does, I want to automate as much as possible. So the I've laid out a few things in the README. Some things that I have already automated and some things that I didn't. So I want to focus on these two today and maybe on the comment. So this is what this issue is about, number 25 for today's show. In the past show, I run into problems with the available Twitter SDKs, and it was really frustrating. I'm very frustrated by Twitter APIs. I'm very frustrated by the fact they do not provide a JavaScript SDK, an official one. Instead, I rely on SDKs from the community, and there is a Twitter module, which is very old. There is Twitter Lite, which is kept more up to date, but it doesn't support the ads APIs that I need for scheduled tweets. So here we are. I will not start where I left off last time. Instead, I've put in some time and I basically added my own Twitter client, which is just called Twitter request. And I pass in an auth object with the consumer and the access credentials. And I have to pass in the subdomain and the version. And then later I put together the whole API with the subdomain and the version. And then the path and the methods I get just by splitting the route. So the route that I pass in, it looks something like this. The way it is documented on Twitter API docs. And then, yeah, I use it here to schedule my tweets. So basically, I do not use any options anymore. And I can remove the then here and just catch an error in case there is one. So what am I doing? I am requesting all open issues and then turn them into an array of future shows where I get the title and the scheduled ad timestamp in a normalized manner, also the issue number for easier lookup, and then the issue object itself. And then I get the authentication credentials from Twitter, also from environment variables, and I get all the scheduled tweets and do a similar mapping where I have the tweet object, the type, so I can differentiate between announcement and live now tweets, and then the issue number for mapping with the issues later. After that, I iterate through all my future shows, and then I either create new tweets or I update the existing one. So basically, if there is a tweet which announced the show 30 minutes ahead of time, then I compare if it has the same scheduled timestamp and the same text. And if it doesn't, it updates the scheduled tweet. Otherwise, it just tells me the tweet is already announced, the tweet is already scheduled. And if it doesn't exist, I create it. And then the same for the scheduled tweet. And at the end, I go through all scheduled tweets and make sure that shows exist for all of them. And if they don't, then I just delete the tweets. So let's run it and see what will happen. So right now I only have one show, which is still in the future, which is how to update log files silently. That's a show happening on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And the announcement tweet is already there and the live tweet is already there. So we are basically all set. For demo purposes, I created a small helper script here to just delete all scheduled tweets. So I'm gonna do that now. Node delete scheduled tweets. So you can see here that there was supposed to be a tweet about, where is it? Here. About automating helpdesk, which is the current show. But yeah, the tweets just didn't get out. So now that I've figured out their API, it just fails on me. Okay, anyway, right now there are no scheduled tweets. So let me run this again and create the scheduled tweets. And it tells me the announcement tweet was scheduled and the live tweet was scheduled for the Thursday show. Let's reload. And there it is. So this part is now working. And what I want is each time I create a new show, I close a show issue, I added a title, I want these tweets to be scheduled, updated, or deleted. So that's what I'm gonna do today. First, I need to check if I already have all the credentials here. I think I did this already, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, so we have a personal token for myself, and then all these credentials here. So that looks good. So let's see what we got. Actually, let me make this first a little bit bigger. So we have our update shows in Readme workflow. And this is what currently updates the Readme of the repository and also my GitHub profile page, which has the sections for upcoming shows here, the current show and the show on Thursday, and just a list of past shows. So you see the same here on the helpdesk repository. So this is what you already do with this workflow. And I think I just want to reuse the same workflow now for tweeting as well. So I'll probably rename it to something more generic, like just update shows. So here, each time I open or close or edit a show issue, this workflow is executed. So right now I update the shows in the README, and now what I want is basically run this one here. So let's check out the credentials we need here in the code. So I just want to make sure that we pass them all here. Okay. So the GitHub token, and then Let me remove the duplicates. Okay. All right, so that should work. Oh, okay. No, I have to prefix this with secrets like that. All right. So this is what we got now. That's okay. Oh yeah, I also prepared another thing I would like to do, which is updating my profile. So whenever the show goes live, I want to change my Twitter profile to, hey, Gregor is now live on Twitch Gregor Codes. And then when the show is completed, I basically want this to be set back to just Gregor and my other URL that I currently use. But that's for later. It's already working, but it's a little bit more complicated because it's not something I can schedule. And basically, I want this to be triggered by webhooks from Twitch. Whenever I go live, I want this to be updated, and when I am no longer live, I want the changes to my profile on Twitter to be reverted. So that's for another show. So for now, let's just add all these changes. Schedule tweets. Push it. I'm not sure if I already have a pull request open for this or not. No, I don't. So let's create one. Schedule tweets. Submit. There we go. Why can't I click on this anymore? Odd. Okay, there are some conflicts. What's going on there? So let me rebase on the latest main. What? Okay. So now there are no longer any conflicts, and I can just merge it in. Okay, my work in progress app complains because there are some commits, but I don't care. Let's go. I want these branches to be deleted automatically. So let me change the setting. And I only want squash commits. Okay, I don't want projects in this repository. I don't want wikis. Okay. Nice. Now let's trigger the action and see if it will fall apart or if it will just work for a change. Updated. Huh. Interesting. I wonder why it updated it. interesting. It just messed up the time entirely here. Why is this on 6 a.m. now? Now live? This is wrong. Something is very wrong here. Alright, let me try this again. Delete all scheduled tweets. Set scheduled tweets. Reload. So here it works. It has the announcement tweet and the live tweet. But here it just messes it all up. That's going to be fun to debug. Let's see. Announcement tweet updated, live tweet updated. Let me open this in a new tab. So now I basically have the announcement tweet twice for some reason. It doesn't make any sense to me. And the first one is totally the wrong hour. So what is going on? How can this even be possible? All right. So it updates the tweet. So the first question is why? And the most annoying thing is I can't reproduce it locally. So let's log out some stuff here. And then the announcement text. And then okay. And then do the same for the live tweet. Oh, I don't trim it here. That's interesting. Maybe I should. Okay, let's see if that gives us any insights. What is going on here? Why my script, which perfectly creates scheduled tweets locally, messes us up entirely when run remotely. Okay, actually. Let me run it again locally and see. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that will not work. I should have tested it first. Okay, let's do it again. That is wrong. That might already have been the problem here. Okay. Good, live now tweets. It's good. Live now tweet updated. Announcement tweet already set. Okay. Let's open it the third time and see what we got. So fun! Now I have 3 tweets. So this one was created correctly because it didn't exist before, and this one now exists twice because of this weird edge case that I will not care about because this really shouldn't happen. So let me just delete all tweets and now push my local changes if I haven't yet. And then we will run the workflow again and see what's going to happen. It runs very fast. I'm pretty impressed. Like, from triggering the dispatch. Okay, so there was no debug output because neither of the tweets existed, and I moved the console logs after the check whether the tweet already exists. So let's see how it's looking now. Okay, so it looks good, but the time zones are all messed up. That is now the problem. Interesting. Okay, let me run it again. Let's see. Announcement tweet is already set. Live now tweet is already set. So that looks good. Okay. So the weirdness that I saw the same tweet twice before was because I used the wrong variable. So that is fixed. But now there is a time zone problem, like one of the most favorite things to work on. Debug as a developer. So I remember I've used some time zone magic here with the AJS. Oh, not here it seems. Okay. Might have been a different project. Okay. So I remember I need to get the UTC and the time zone plugins. But now I wanna check out the docs about this because I am not entirely sure how it worked. So yeah, I needed to get the UTC and the time zone plugins, and after that I can set a time zone. All right. Set default time zone. Let's try that. America, Los Angeles. Node set scheduled. Okay, let's remove all the logs that I have here about the text. Oops. And just leave in the timestamps. That will make it easier to parse what the problem is here. Okay, so it now told me the live tweet was updated, the announcement tweet was updated. Let's see what it looks like. Oops, unsent, scheduled. Okay, so Thursday at 12:30 is the announcement. Thursday 1 p.m. is the live now tweet. That is correct. Now let's push this. Scheduled tweets. Set default time zone to LA. I have to pull because the workflow updates the upcoming and past sections in the README, and if there is no change, it just creates an empty commit, which is something I wish it wouldn't do, but that is something that needs to be fixed upstream in the nice README box, I think it's called, module by Jason Etko. But maybe that's a show for another time. All right. Let's go to actions, update show, trigger the thing. I'm waiting on this. I wonder if I can guess the user's time zone. I should lock this out because if this still fails, I might be able to reproduce it locally, which would be a huge help. Okay, updated, updated. So this is scheduled at interesting. It thinks that the... No, this is correct. Because this is UTC. And UTC is 7 hours time difference to me. Okay. So let's see what happened now, if anything at all. Yeah, it's back to 5:30, so it had no effect whatsoever. And the problem is that it sets the time to UTC when it really shouldn't. Okay, let me see where we are setting this time. So it takes it from the scheduled show. So let me add this here. Okay, that definitely always exists. And now I can also lock out the guess for the time zone. I'll be curious. All right, so that is pushed now, and now I will rerun this action, and hopefully after that I can reproduce the problem at least locally. Okay, here we go. So the time zone is UTC, very interesting. So this thing is wrong. It does not consider the time zone. Okay. So if I wonder if it's overwritten, maybe I can. Well, let me just see what happens if I set this to UTC. Update it, okay. Interesting, it's like it has no effect. Oh man, why aren't things just working? All right. So this isn't working. And the question is, how can I parse with a custom format, which is the other plugin I use, as well as a time zone? Guess I can do this. Alright, this is what we are interested in. The rest is basically irrelevant now. So I can just delete it. Okay. this is correct when I run it locally. Let's see if setting the time zone explicitly here after parsing will help. Nope. Okay. Also, scheduled. I fear I really messed up now. So now it's... Wait. It has... What is going on here? 4 p.m. Wait, did I get it already wrong locally now? Let's see. Nope. Locally, it all just works beautifully. Okay. Let me try something else. I think there might be like an offset. UTC offset. All right, so I think I can remove these plugins now. And then oh, it depends on the UTC plugin. Okay. So not quite yet. All right, time. Is time at minutes. Now I'm fixing time zone manually by hand. That is not fun at all. that is not working. All right, I parse the day and the time, and it does it with the current time zone. So 4:20. So why is this executed twice? Doesn't make any sense to me. Where is this? Okay, I am utterly confused. But basically, we are subtracting 7 hours now. (6 p.m. instead of 1 p.m. and it's the wrong day. Oh my goodness. Why isn't this just working, right? Okay, let me try again with the time zone plugin. Let me see if I can just Amazon TV is not a function. Okay, there you go. Invalid time value. What am I missing? This is so annoying. Oops. So this working correctly. Maybe I could change it to this format. Okay. So this looks right. It's on June 7th at noon Pacific time, which is 7 p.m. UTC. Now, well, I wonder if I can just change my time zone here. Where it's currently 1948 UTC, United Kingdom. Okay. Now let's see what's going to happen. Now it thinks the time is noon UTC, but this is not right. Why are you doing this? Oh, I think I might know why. So let's set it to Los Angeles and then DJS TZ. Body time zone specified. So that's not working. Nothing is working. That is just not right. I wanted to parse. Okay. Parse, string and format. Maybe there are some other options here. Let's try something else. I feel like keep working around bugs much more than I would like in the show. All right, so let's parse the timing. as we currently do, and then format year, date, day, and let me see again, the time zone, the exact format it wants from us, which is HHMM. Okay. Let's see. Let's just move all this stuff up here. And call it TMP, and then it's format. And what is going on? It's already been declared. Oh. Hold on, I think I just had it right. I just added the offset again. Is that possible? No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Okay. Well, let's first parse it and then format it to year, month, date, day, HH, hours and minutes, and see if that works. So this is now the correct time. And now what we want to do is const time is dayjs in the format it expects using time zone, and then America, Los Angeles. And then console log out the time too. Yay, that seems to work. All right, so there we hacked our so parse the date time string first, then use TZ with the right date time formats, or maybe not the right, but expected. All right, now let's run it again. Assignment could, oh, I will overwrite time later. Okay. So announcement tweet schedule, live tweet scheduled. That looks good. Oh no, it's the wrong time. 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Why are you doing this to me? All right, where else am I using it? JS. Should just be working. Basically, this is the problem we are having right now, it seems. Let me see. It sets it to 8 p.m. UTC. Oh, I'm so... duh. I have to reset my time zone. Back to Los Angeles. Now if I reload the page. Yep, okay, these are the right times. 12:30 noon and 1 p.m. Let's run it again, move my Los Angeles time zone. It's already set, so that looks good. Let's hope that this resolved the problem that we had on GitHub Actions as well. Come on. That didn't look good. Midnight. 1 a.m. Oh man. This is not fun. I'm using this stuff. Oh wait. I didn't push the update. Oh, okay. Let's do it again. Let's delete all tweets and run the action again. Come on, this time. It looks good. All right, now I please want to have 2 scheduled tweets at the right time. Yay. Okay. So that seems to be working now. So now the most fun part of all. You can check off some things from the list here. Schedule tweet 30 minutes before the show goes live. Schedule tweet when the show goes live on Twitch. Okay, so we can check off these 2. And I'll be working on adding comments next week. Okay, so let's see if this is actually working. This is our today's issue, and right now this is all just copy and paste, very error prone. So it's probably one of the next thing I really want to automate is to have nice forms that I can fill out, and then we just create the whole issue for me. Okay, so we got this one. Quick recap of what was automated so far. Automatically comment on show issues when it goes live. Well, that's basically what we're going to do. Okay, so this is gonna be on June 14th at noon Pacific time, and I have to get a new link here. Your local time at noon, okay. By the way, if you know of a service that I can just link to, that can basically show a date and time in the time zone of the respective user. I'm looking for something that is better than every time zone because I don't want to manually create these links all the time. I want to automate the whole thing. All right, so that is that. We can add episode 6 here. Labels show. Submit the new issue, and now we can watch our action. And it's running twice, I guess. Once because it was opened, and then because it was labeled. I think there is a way to cancel one of the runs if the other one is running. So this one succeeded. Let's see. Okay. Unsent, scheduled. Now I want to have 4. So this is for June 10th and then for June 14th. Yep. All right. So finally it's working. That concludes the show for today. Lots of more hiccups. So next week I'll be talking about automatically add a comment to the issue, which is this to do here. And the interesting thing is that I wanted to run based on a schedule. So like I will use the cron trigger of GitHub Actions so that my action is running exactly twice per week, once on Mondays at noon PM and then on Thursdays at 1 PM Pacific time. And then obviously I have to do some checks if there is actually a show scheduled or not for that time frame. So yeah, that's what I will be working on next week. I hope you enjoyed the show today. And yeah, if you have any other questions, come to GitHub, to my help desk repository, to issue 25, and you can ask all your questions there. See you Thursday.